Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, myself Deepika and I am a working professional here in Bangalore. I've been living in Bangalore from past 2.5 years. I also did my masters here in Bangalore, so I have pretty much exposure of both the student life from living in PG and surviving on a tight student budget to renting an apartment and living more comfortable life here in this city. So in today's video, I am going to be breaking down the actual real expense of living in Bangalore. If you're coming here for a job or as a student, or if you're coming for a startup, I will tell you exactly how this city will cost you every month. All right, so let's talk about the biggest expense in Bangalore, rent. Honestly, housing takes up the largest part of everyone's budget living in this city. I currently am living in Indranagar, which is in central Bangalore and is surrounded by all the good amenities like different parks, hospitals, metro, cafes, and everything nearby. So the rent is a little bit on a higher side over here. For example, I pay around 25,000 per month for a 1 BHK apartment in Indranagar. Additionally, when I moved, I had to pay 1 month of a rent as a brokerage fee. Plus, I also had to deposit 1 lakh rupee as a security deposit. Now, it varies from person to person. Some people charge about 3 to 6 months of rent as their security deposit. For me, it was complete 1 lakh rupees that I had to pay. I have also made a full home tour of my 1 BHK apartment. It's very cozy. You can check it out here. Yes, if you're on a tighter budget, you can definitely find more affordable options. It really depends upon where your office or where your college actually is. Now, every area has different pros and cons. For example, some have great connectivity but little higher rent, and some are far away from the city but have lower rent. To give a quick idea, here is a detailed comparison of the average rent depending upon different localities in Bangalore. So first, Whitefield, they will charge you about 18 to 30,000 per month for a 1 BHK since it has got IT hub and there are some new apartments. Kormangla about 20 to 30k since it is a happening place with so many cafes and co-working spaces. Indranagar with about 25k to 35k since it's upscale and perfect for young professionals. Electronic City about 12k to 20k, but commute can be long since it's far away. Marathali about 15 to 25k, best option if you're on a budget and accessibility wise as well. Next segment would be utility and bills. Now, first comes the electricity. Now, I would say electricity is a bit cheaper in Bangalore because we get some government subsidy here. So, I pay around 200 to 300 max every single month for electricity. Then comes water and maintenance. As I said, it can vary from society to society or with your flat owner. It can vary. My water and maintenance is included in 25k that I pay. Then comes the most important part, the Wi-Fi that you use. We pay about 1200 monthly for our Wi-Fi. And of course, we need different subscriptions like different OTT platforms. So I pay around 1000 for that. Then of course comes gas. So your LPG cylinder that you use. So for us, we are two people living. So we change our cylinder because we cook on the regular basis. So we get our cylinders changed within 5 months. So one cylinder costs us about 800 to 1200 for 5 months. One thing, if you're living in PG, all these things will be included. But if you're living on your own in a flat, all these things will be like an extra expense for all of you. So you need to take that also in consideration. Okay, now let's talk about one of the most important expense in Bangalore, food. No matter how much you try to stick to your budget, your food expenses in Bangalore always will end up being higher than what you expected. For us, every month we spend about 8,000 to 10,000 just on grocery and ration. Now, this includes all basics like fruits, vegetables, and different kitchen essentials. But honestly, this doesn't stop here. No matter how hard you try to not eat out or order in, you end up doing that. Because Bangalore has so many cafes and restaurants, you would not be able to resist yourself, for going out and exploring different cafes and restaurants every once in a while. And all these expenses would cost me somewhere around 8,000 to 15,000 depending upon how frequent you're going out. Now, for all those who are staying in PG, you don't have to worry about your food expenses unless you're going out to eat, because your food is included. Apart from this, you have different tiffin and meal services, which will cost you around 3 to 5,000, depending upon, of course, what you want to eat and how many meals you would take. So you will be covered in this 3,000 to 5,000 budget for sure for every single month. So on an average, I would say somewhere between 8,000 to 15,000 for two people would be sufficient for a month. Okay, so next thing and very important thing that I want to cover over here, which is a huge, huge, huge expense in Bangalore, that is transportation. Now, personally, for me, it is quite on a higher side because I stay far away from my office and I take auto or a cab. So it costs me around somewhere between 12 to 15K per month. Now I stay far away from office because we are two people and we had to select the best location, and my husband's office is in Indranagar. So one person has to commute and that is me. So I spend about that much. Now you definitely can select renting a house near your office, of course. That will not cost you much. Apart from that, if you're actually away from your office, there are three options that you can choose. You can choose bus or metro. That is going to be, of course, affordable for all of you. Now, I would say metro connectivity is not so great in Bangalore, so that might be troublesome for you. You can try bus, which will cost you around 1,000 to 2,000 rupees per month max. Yeah. Then, of course, you can use bike or car. You have different options of renting a bike, renting a scooty, or renting a car also. That's a good deal in Bangalore. That will cost you about 2,000 to 3,000 per month. And then, of course, we have cabs like Ola, Uber, Rapido, and we have Nammayatri. That is going to be, of course, on a bit higher side depending upon the distance from your house to your office. So that will range about 5,000 to 8,000 per month. Now, the choice is yours depending upon your location. You can choose. Now, next thing I would want to mention over here is that, one suggestion, anybody coming to Bangalore, if you can afford a house near your office, please do that. Please do that, because other thing that sucks here is Bangalore traffic, and it's bad. It's really, really bad. So if you can do that, it will be saving your transportation expense as well as saving a lot of your efforts and time. Now, coming to the segment, which is very important, but people usually forget about, is lifestyle and extra things. So of course, many people do enjoy going gym or for yoga. So that is going to cost you about 1 to 3,000 per month, depending upon your choice. Once in a while, you'll go out for movies or outing. So we'll take about 2 to 5,000 for that. Then, of course, very important part, every time you end up shopping a little bit at least for yourself. So that can also vary from 2,000 to 10,000 plus healthcare. Of course, once in a while, you would need to visit a doctor for regular checkups or in case of emergencies. So healthcare is also not very cheap. That can cost you anywhere between 500 to 2K minimum. And yes, house help is also important. So that will be costing you about 1,500 to 2,000 if you want them for just cleaning, and if you are opting for cooking services as well, so it can go as high as 4 to 5,000 for one person per month. All right, so if I have to summarize every single thing, of course there are different parameters on the basis of which you will judge your expense. As I said, depending upon the location, depending upon your lifestyle, depending upon your budget, depending upon whether you're a student or you're a working professional, your lifestyle is going to obviously be different from mine. But to give you an idea, if you want to live a basic lifestyle in Bangalore, you would need minimum of 25 to 35,000 a month. If you are somebody like me who enjoys a comfortable lifestyle, then you would be needing minimum of 45 to 60,000 per month. And if you are somebody who has got more experience, wants to live a luxurious and premium life, then minimum of 80,000 per month would be your requirement. So that's about it. The real cost of living in Bangalore. It's not cheap, but with proper planning, you can make it work beautifully. If there is anything else that you would want to know about this city, do let me know in the comment section below. I would definitely be replying each one of you. If you also want video on a particular topic, do let me know that as well. If you found this video helpful, please click on the thumbs up button, comment down on your monthly estimate, and subscribe to my channel for more city life breakdowns. Thank you so much. Bye bye.